next leg is the 67-kilometre branch line from George to Knysna. This is the Transnet Heritage Foundation's museum line, and it's one of the world's most picturesque train journeys. The line clings spectacularly to the cliff face, just meters away from the pounding surf of the Indian Ocean. This coastline is a necklace of pristine beaches, coves and estuaries, embraced by densely forested mountains. Where the Caimans River meets the sea, we cross one of South Africa's most photographed railway bridges. One more tunnel and we approach sea level, entering the wilderness, a place still as unspoilt as its name suggests. We enter South Africa's Lake District, an estuarine wetland lying locked between the mountains and the sea. These are tidal saltwater lakes, rich in waterfowl and marine life. They're all connected with each other and with the sea. We travel virtually at sea level across low trestle bridges until the ever-present forests envelop us once again. Outside, colourful Africa reveals herself. Inside, the chefs begin lunch. Food on a train journey is a thing of no small importance. It must be good, it must be fresh, and there must be enough of it. Enjoying a meal as the countryside rolls by is one of life's great hedonistic pleasures. It always has been.
The service is the way it used to be, the old-style service. 8 pieces of silver at the dinner table on either side of your plate and on the top. And, fresh flowers every day on the dinner table. The way it used to be. It's a bygone era. And to be able to live it for a couple of days and just get into the flow of it is quite an experience.
Oh, the food has been superb. Absolutely tremendous. We went on a cruise a year ago and we were just trying to compare the food, and the food was nothing like as good as it was here. There's been a lot of thought put into the presentation, I think. The old plates and thick plates and sauces and things from the old days. And the old waiters, and I mean, they're also from ages gone by, I think. No, it's been lovely. It's really been super.
Oh, yeah, that has been fantastic. Not only that they give you service, but they give you service where it's coming from inside. They love to do it, it seems. And they have been every day in new white and black dresses. And the food has been fantastic. 3 meals for lunch and 4 for dinner.
A lot of the guys and the dining car managers are ex-Blue Train staff. So they're very well trained and they enjoy the job. You can't do this job if you don't enjoy it.
On we steam through the land of milk and honey on a railway that ends at the garden route's prettiest town. Knysna is the hub of the garden route. Today, it's a gleaming tourist jewel, but it wasn't always that way. In the 1940s, it was as sparsely populated as a pre-colonial painting. It was a sleepy hollow, and the age of the automobile had not entirely arrived. But commercial forestry certainly had, and the indigenous timber was highly sought after. From 1936, the exploitation of the indigenous forests was strictly controlled, and the stinkwoods and yellowwoods survived. But another great dweller of the forests didn't fare so well. The Knysna forest elephants were not legendary, they were real. There were once great numbers of them moving slowly through the undergrowth, denizens of the gloom. By the late 60s, they were down to a dozen. Today, there is thought to be only one. Yet in this dim underworld of light and shade, it's easy to imagine and to hope that there are more. Sheltering the estuary from the surging swells of the open ocean are the Knysna heads. Within their embrace, an evening sojourn on the lagoon is a safe and leisurely experience. So, with Captain Cornelius at the helm, we take to the waters for a sundowner cruise on the John Ben. Knysna's newly restored station is a tourist drawcard with its daily steam train excursions. This is the terminus of the museum branch line from George, and it's a hive of railway activity. The twice-daily excursion trains to George book out fast, especially during the summer holidays, when Knysna's population swells by half as much again. On South Africa's last working turntable, our locomotive makes a symbolic about turn. This is the end of our journey, and from here we'll head back to Cape Town. Up ahead, throughout our trip, have been those unsung heroes, the locomotive crews. On a vintage steam train with its special demands, these are the men with the special skills needed to keep the show on the road. It's a tough, dedicated job, but it has its compensations, not the least of which is giving a steam locomotive the dignity of an honest day's work. No personal record of a train journey would be complete without a photograph of one's train. So, on the return trip across the Cayman's River Bridge, the Union Limited gives us a last curtain call.
We're not fanatics about steam engines, but it's been lovely sort of seeing the steam engines and going across those bridges, and as the engine is coming towards you, seeing that enormous thing and all the steam. It's very dramatic.
It was worth it, the climbing and all. Thank you.
Our homeward journey is a montage of views, a retrospective of the garden route. We have seen the passing vistas of the Cape countryside from a new perspective, the privileged viewpoint of a hotel on wheels. Nostalgia for the past and yearnings for the new have been appeased. We drink a toast to the spirit of adventure and to our last night on the move. The home run on the last day is through the verdant winelands of the southwest Cape. It's time to gather our belongings, our impressions, and our memories.
I don't know whether it's the enjoyment of steam or what, but everybody on it got together as a group and mixed. We thoroughly enjoyed it.
I think we've all got to know one another very well in a short time. I would recommend it to anyone who feels equal to the challenge.
And something I really have to put out is that the staff and everybody here in South Africa has been so extremely nice and helpful that this is really a point one should mention.
Dette har vært en fantastisk tur. That means this has been a fantastic tour. Thank you.